What do you do, Kim?
Last time you went undercover, you almost lost it.
I'm ready.
Will posing as a criminal turn him into one?
We lost Antonio's wire.
Kill him.
All new Chicago PD next Wednesday. But first, on the mysteries of Laura. Laura's murder suspect is a man from her past, Eric McCormick.
I didn't do this.
There is no one else.
What do I have to do to convince you?
New Woman Crush Wednesdays starts Wednesday, 8/7 Central here on NBC.
On an all-new Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon, Sigourney Weaver drops by. NBC Tonight.
Live, local, from WPTV, this is News Channel 5 at 11. Local coverage you can count on.
It's a misunderstanding. It's blown out of proportion, and it's sad that good news doesn't travel this fast. What happened?
Just into our newsroom tonight, you're looking at Vanilla Ice walking out of the Palm Beach County Jail tonight. The rapper and reality TV star arrested for burglary and grand theft, and we have more on that story in just a moment.
But first, temperatures are plunging across our entire viewing area. We have live team coverage of frigid February, from the cold weather shelters opening to the farmers watching their crops.
We turn first to our chief meteorologist, Steve Weigel, outside our studios with more on our cold snap. Steve?
And I've noticed even a difference in an hour. Temperatures are really falling quickly. We'll bottom out in the 30s and low 40s, and as you head out the door in the morning, you're going to feel it. It's not only the cold, the wind is really stirring up tonight from the northwest, so a wind chill advisory is in effect overnight and into tomorrow morning. It'll feel like low and mid 30s in a lot of spots. Here's a look at current temperatures. You can see it's a mix of 40s and 50s. Falling quickly, a few degrees each hour. We bottom out another 5 to 10 degrees. Here's a look at the overnight lows. 40 or just a little bit above through Boynton, Del Rey and Boca. As you get up onto the Treasure Coast, we're looking at mid to high 30s, and back around the lake even colder than that. So the wind chill advisory is in effect. Bring your pets inside tonight. We should be okay with plants, other than the weather-sensitive plants like orchids. Tomorrow night, even colder weather, and a freeze watch is in effect for tomorrow night across most of the viewing area. We'll talk more about that. And when does a warm-up return? That coming up.
Steve, thanks. We continue our team coverage on our frigid February. Cold weather like this makes every farmer cringe. Tonight, and even more so tomorrow night, when the mercury plunges, they'll be taking extra precautions to protect those crops and their livelihoods. News Channel 5's Elizabeth Harrington live tonight in Indiantown with this story. Elizabeth.
This greenhouse is full of plants like tomatoes, all under a white protective sheet. Now, the cold weather, if the cold weather damages those in the field, then Kai Kai Farm will use these, their backup plants. But they're hoping it doesn't come to that. Under this white cover, there are about 2,000 young tomato plants.
Because there's a market for them. But when it gets cold like this, you got to cover them up because it's the only way you can protect them.
Tomatoes and other plants like eggplant can brown in cold temperatures. Carl Frost and his wife Diane also put a cover over their beans.
Royal Burgundy beans, there's another specialty.
Kai Kai Farm supplies fresh produce for local restaurants and markets.
Tomorrow we have to deliver to Sailfish Point.
That means one day these vegetables will end up on a dinner plate, and the owners here can't afford to have cold weather damage them.
Brussels sprout, the colder the better.
They love it cold, yeah.
Kai Kai Farm grows about 60 different plants. Not all need protection. Many fruits and citrus trees can handle temperatures in the 30s or 40s.
Well, be honest with you, it means we lose the crop.
That's why Carl and Diane track the temperature at a weather station on their farm, because you can't control Mother Nature.
You're hoping it's going to help. We just don't know.
Kai Kai Farm usually harvests crops the same day it delivers them, but today they picked a few early just to be on the safe side. Live here in Indiantown, Elizabeth Harrington, WPTV News Channel 5.
Cold weather shelters are open tonight along our Treasure Coast and in the Palm Beaches. The American Red Cross transformed this daycare center in Stewart into a shelter for the homeless, just in case. They have cots ready to go and a hot meal. Calvin Wiggins is spending the night there. He says he's been homeless for 9 years and is battling cancer, and he's grateful for that warm bed tonight.
I mean, it'd be freezing out there tonight, you know. It's going to drop down to 40s and 30s or whatever, you know, and And it's a great place to come to.
Community outreach, always good to see. The American Red Cross has opened cold weather shelters at 3 other locations beyond this one. And if you need a place to stay, you can always call 211 for more information.
Right now, Robert Van Winkle is out of jail tonight. The man many of you know as Vanilla Ice is in hot water after being arrested earlier today in Lantana. The rapper turned home improvement show host is accused of stealing from a house next to the one he's remodeling. It's a story that has been trending on social media all evening long. We've had more than 1,200 shares from our Facebook page. News Channel 5's Megan McRoberts is live now outside the Palm Beach County Jail with the latest. Megan?
Yeah, and Kelly, police say that those stolen items were found inside that home that he's remodeling through his TV show, the Vanilla Ice Project. Now, he posted bond just about a little over an hour ago here at the Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office, but coming outside, he told us he wants us to stop focusing on the bad, but instead the good that he's trying to promote through his show.
All right, stop.
He's a one-hit wonder.
GTV DIY. I want to tell you about
turned home improvement expert. But tonight, Robert Van Winkle, better known as Vanilla Ice, walked out of the Palm Beach County Jail facing charges as an alleged burglar.
I wish you guys would focus on all the good things out there.
Sometimes it's about fun in the sun. Welcome to Palm Beach.
And Frank Morales was a co-star with him for the first 4 seasons.
Phone literally hasn't stopped at all, you know.
Morales fielding calls from mutual friends asking if Van Winkle's plan to flip a Lantana home included stealing items from another. Morales said there were some wild times on set, but never anything illegal.
I mean, the guy's rich. Why would he steal, you know? But in one hand, you never know what people do, but...
Lantana police arresting Van Winkle after stolen objects from a home 2 doors down were found inside Van Winkle's project home. Items included a pool heater, bicycles, and furniture.
The house has been wide open. The gates have been open, all the doors have been unlocked for years now.
It's the latest issue at the foreclosed home for neighbors like Stephen Robertson. He says there have been squatters and other thefts. He said he had seen Van Winkle at the home in the past, but thought it was because Van Winkle was interested in buying it.
But I didn't see anybody take anything.
Now neighbors and Van Winkle's friends are waiting to see how this storyline plays out.
You know, like he always says, yesterday's history, tomorrow's a mystery. That's one of his famous sayings.
And we did receive a statement from the DIY network simply saying that they have been notified about this and they are looking into the matter. Reporting live in Palm Beach County tonight, Megan McRoberts, WPTV News Channel 5.
This isn't Van Winkle's first run-in with the law locally. Back in 2004, St. Lucie County deputies charged him after his wallaroo, Bucky Buckaroo, and his goat, Poncho, escaped from his Port St. Lucie home and wandered around the area for more than a week.
Right now, Blue Heron Boulevard still shut down near Old Dixie after a freight train derailed. The usually busy stretch of roadway in Riviera Beach has been closed for almost 5 hours. Investigators say the engine of a freight train overturned off the tracks. No one was hurt. Fire crews called to the scene quickly over hazardous material concerns, which turned out to be minor. Florida Fish and Wildlife officials say no charges will be filed against the Miami Dolphins player who says he fell off his boat and had to swim miles to the Palm Beach shore. Investigators are calling the incident involving Rob Conrad an accident, as he says it was. Conrad said he was fishing when his boat hit a wave and he fell overboard. He was hospitalized for hypothermia and dehydration. According to the just released report on a story that gained national attention, his boat eventually ran aground in the Bahamas and had $70,000 worth of damage.
Tomorrow, a judge could decide the future of the Seth Adams shooting civil case. The Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office wants the case thrown out, saying the shooting of 24-year-old Seth Adams by Sergeant Michael Custer was justified. The Adams family attorney has argued there were too many contradictions in what Custer says happened that night. Today, the Contact 5 investigators, along with our partners at the Palm Beach Post, broke the story about a woman described as Custer's mistress who will now have to answer questions on their relationship and if she was in the parking lot of the Adams family business the night of the shooting in May 2012. Victoria Miller is a PBSO detective. She has denied being there as well as having any romantic involvement with Custer.
New at 11, a memorial was held tonight to honor Kayla Mueller in her hometown of Prescott, Arizona. The aid worker was killed in Syria U.S. officials believe it was while she was being held captive by Islamic extremists pledging allegiance to ISIS. Her parents attended the memorial tonight. It is their first public appearance since news broke 2 weeks ago that their daughter had been killed. Also new tonight, reports that the U.S. Justice Department is preparing to bring a lawsuit against the Ferguson, Missouri Police Department. This over what the Justice Department will call, reportedly, a pattern of racially discriminatory tactics used by officers. The results of the federal probe into the shooting death of unarmed teen Michael Brown, as well as a probe into the Ferguson Police Department, is expected to be released in the coming weeks. A grand jury, you recall, said it did not find enough evidence to bring criminal charges against former Ferguson officer Darren Wilson, who is white.
Only on 5, dash cam video tonight of a story we first broke on WPTV.com. It shows the woman, troopers say, caused a crash on the turnpike that left that truck engulfed in flames. Nina Rodriguez did not pass field sobriety tests, according to the Florida Highway Patrol. And they say she later admitted on camera to drinking. In the video, she cannot keep her balance during sobriety tests, and troopers say her blood alcohol level was a .116.
I know I should have just stayed at my friend's house. She tried to convince me, but I thought it was a key to go home.
Your kids right now will have adult supervision, correct?
Well, they're with my parents.
All 3 men inside that truck were able to get out just in time. They suffered only minor injuries. Rodriguez is out of jail on bond.
We now know an undercover drug bust led to this deadly crash on Jog Road. Investigators say the man killed in yesterday's crash had ties to a drug arrest that was happening around that time. Federal agents say the crash victim, Woody Jacques, saw agents approach his friend, so Jacques took off in his car, eventually crashing into a tree. The friend, who was arrested on drug charges, is accused of buying oxycodone pills from agents that he then, according to agents, intended to sell. New details tonight about a shooting in Jensen Beach. The Martin County Sheriff's Office now says a man was wounded late last night after a dispute over stolen marijuana. The man remains hospitalized in critical condition. He was shot in the head, suffered a broken neck and other broken bones as well. Deputies arrested 2 men who are now facing felony attempted murder charges.
Consumer alert, if you have filled up at a West Palm Beach gas station lately, you may want to double check your credit and bank statements. A skimmer was found on the gas pump at the mobile gas station on North Military Trail and Community Drive. Skimmers are devices that steal your credit or debit card information. A sneak peek tonight inside the largest Goodwill store ever to open in this area. The new store on Okeechobee Boulevard near Haverhill Road in West Palm is twice the size of the one it's replacing on Military Trail. The store opens Friday with more than 26,000 square feet. Goodwill says this store is creating 15 new jobs.
WPTV News Channel 5 back in just 60 seconds. A roof giving way under all that heavy snow up north. What one person noticed that helped prevent a potential tragedy.
Oops. Why hundreds of students thought they had made it into one of America's most prestigious universities, only to have their hopes and dreams dashed.
And model mate or sneaky spouse, the top 5 signs that your other half might be cheating.
Hey guys, Sigourney Weaver is my guest tonight. Plus, we have Andy Cohen, music from Ella Henderson. You gotta watch. We're on next.
Bugging you, South Florida? You spoke up and we want to help. News Channel 5, covering local news everywhere. Tomorrow, in Port St. Lucie, not enough sidewalks. Dangerous, especially when kids walk to school. This hot topic at 6:05 tomorrow on WPTV News Channel 5.
Does that look familiar to you?
It's my tax return for 2012.
Social security numbers, personal photos, income exposed online. Who's keeping an eye on your tax information? Thursday on WPTV News Channel 5 at 11.
The numbers are in, and it's time to celebrate. That's right, Arrigo sold over 8,000 new vehicles last year. That makes Arrigo the largest volume dealer in Florida for 12 years in a row. Must be my great costumes. Johnny, it's because Arrigo has the largest selection with over 3,500 new Dodge, Chrysler, Jeeps, and Rams. And with the biggest discounts, up to 33% off MSRP. We're number 1 because of my great costumes. I'll give you a costume. Number 1, count them, 12 years in a row. That's way too many brothers. You gotta go Arrigo.
President's Day event.
There is a proposal tonight to allow grocery stores in Florida to sell hard liquor. The bill has cleared its first House subcommittee. Now, that's a long way from a full vote, but it is on the table. Big box retailers are supporting the idea, claiming it would make shopping for their customers more convenient. The state's largest grocery chain, though, is speaking out against the plan. Publix is joining the Sheriff's Association, arguing the new rules would make it easier for teenagers to get access to alcohol.
Right now, authorities are blaming heavy snow for a partial roof collapse in Sutton, Massachusetts. Officials say a woman reported a loud banging sound and heard cracking noises from the ceiling above her business. The area was evacuated before that happened, before the collapse. State officials say 74 roofs have collapsed in Massachusetts this month alone because of the record snowfall. People in the Northeast may be tired of seeing all that snow, but they've probably never seen it like this. This is how the snow-covered Northeast looks from outer space. NASA's Terra satellite took this image on Monday. Experts say the cloudy streaks over the Atlantic Ocean could actually be wind blowing across the East Coast from the Canadian border.
Ooh, looks cold from space as well. We all know the sting of rejection, so all of us can relate when we hear tonight that Carnegie Mellon University in Pittsburgh is apologizing after sending acceptance letters to 800 graduate school applicants who were no doubt thrilled until they found out, oops, all a mistake. They'd actually been rejected for admission to a computer science program. University officials are blaming it on what else? A tech glitch.
A gut feeling, intuition, our inner voice. It helps us know when we've found Mr. or Mrs. Right and can also tell us when they're cheating on us. News Channel 5's Mike Trim teamed up with a private investigator to learn the 5 top ways to spot a cheating spouse.
Maybe it's a text. Maybe it's something popping up on your bank account or just a gut feeling. When it comes to spotting a cheating spouse, there are signs for you and for the pros to find. Private investigator Jody Stacy of JRS Investigations in Delray Beach helps spot the signs every day.
For the most part, my clients definitely already have a really good suspicion, and they just need to get it on film and document it to give them that closure.
He helped us create a list of the top 5 ways to spot a cheating spouse. Number 1, access to social media is limited. Maybe you used to see every photo, every update, and now you can't. If you're in a serious relationship and you're being shut out, that's a big red flag. Number 2, always using cash instead of your credit or debit card. Stacy says this is a good indication your significant other doesn't want to leave a paper trail. Obviously, whatever you buy with cash isn't going to show up on your bank account. In fact, it's how one of Stacy's clients found out her sweetie was a cheater.
They went on a couple of dates, and every time he would pay cash for the dinners, and sure enough, he had me run him, and he was married.
Number 3, not responding like they used to.
They'll call and they'll text, and there'll be no response, and then they'll come back and say, "Oh, I'm sorry, I left the phone in the car," or my battery died.
Stacy says he's seen plenty of this. And this can be even more questionable if someone's not answering after work hours. Number 4, hiding the phone, or even hiding with their phones, taking a phone call somewhere else. If you see this, might be time to start asking questions.
I just had a lady call me yesterday where she was saying her husband literally takes the phone into the shower with him.
Number 5, counter-accusing. So the time comes when you're almost certain something is up and you confront your partner. Instead of fessing up or saying it's not true, they accuse you of cheating. Some of the more high-tech ways to catch a cheater in the act include GPS monitors, maybe a hidden camera, but the 5 ways we covered within this story don't cost a dime. I'm Mike Trim, WPTV News Channel 5.
Now, Storm Team 5 with South Florida's most accurate weather forecast.
All right, it is a chilly night. If you've been outside the last couple of hours, you know temperatures are really starting to fall. Cold Arctic air headed our way. Wind chill advisory kicks in the next couple of hours. Snuggle alert in effect for South Florida overnight and tomorrow night too. And as we get into tomorrow, it'll be much colder, so a freeze watch kicks in tomorrow night and early Thursday morning. Bitterly cold temperatures on the way. There's a look at current temperatures, a mix. Now now low 40s. Look at that, Okeechobee. Mid-40s along the coastline, even hanging on to some 50s along the coastline of Palm Beach County, but falling a couple of degrees each hour. So as we get into the late overnight, it'll be even colder, and we bottom out with these temperatures here just before dawn, so about 6 to 7 a.m. We'll hang on to 40 along the coastline. As you get into West Palm, it'll be 39, 37 in Jupiter, 35 up around Loxahatchee. On the Treasure Coast, we pretty much are in the low to mid-30s overnight. There'll be a little bit of a wind, so that'll help as far as any kind of plant damage. It keeps the wind keeps going, and the surface of the plants don't get down to the freezing point, and that's a good news. That kind of helps us a little bit. Tomorrow night, the winds will not be as breezy, so it'll be a more serious situation. Temperatures overnight across the lake will be in the low to mid-30s. And a good night to bring your pets inside, and obviously tomorrow night too, as it'll be even colder. Here's the hour-by-hour forecast as we get into tomorrow. Lots of sunshine, but it really doesn't warm up. We're only into the high 50s by 1 and 2 p.m. Some spots may break 60 briefly, but it won't last long. And daytime highs finally start to climb on the weekend. If you want warmer weather, it's only going to take a couple of days. Saturday, 74, 79 on Sunday, and looking good. Okay, boating conditions obviously are a mess out there tomorrow. Big winds and also 10-foot seas offshore. Overnight forecast, 39, but low and mid-30s inland. Treasure Coast, even colder tomorrow night. We're going to get down into record territory tonight, but I'd be surprised if we set widespread records. We will tomorrow night, though. 59 tomorrow for the daytime high. Sunshine, dress warm. You'll need that warm weather gear all day long. And obviously tomorrow night, we've been talking about it all week, will be our coldest night. I have 35. The record low for which has stood for about 60 years for tomorrow night is 42. So we break that easily. We warm up a little bit on Friday, and then we're up into the mid and high 70s for the weekend. Now, Glenn and Lisa will have the latest in the morning on the cold weather, and tomorrow night's forecast too. Even more important because it'll be even colder.
Steve, thank you. A fortunate accident. Divers stumble upon a treasure trove of gold coins. How much was it worth?
And FAU baseball facing one of the biggest challenges of its season, what the Owls did tonight. It's opening eyes around the country.
Hi, I'm Chandra Bill, and I just love Stanton Optical. Come in now and get 2 complete pairs of glasses for only $69, plus a free eye exam. Visit StantonOptical.com.
Call 800-STANTON for nearest location.
Make the switch to affordable German engineering. Volkswagen. Save big on Motor Trend's 2015 Car of the Year and the North American Car of the Year. New Volkswagens on sale now. Lease from just $159 a month or 0 down. Get our biggest savings ever on the turbocharged Tiguan SUV. Now only $179 a month or 0 down. Make the switch to German engineering and save big during our big sale this week at Volkswagen.
Yes, you're right. Tread's worn. We have tires that fit your needs, and we can install them today.
Tires Plus will install your tires in under 59 minutes with an appointment, or you get $59 back and a free oil change. That's another plus from Tires Plus.
This is the Toyota Corolla? Jump in.
Whoa, look at all this stuff.
Right?
Moonroof, Bluetooth. Is that a backup camera?
Yep. Standard.
Standard? Get out of here.
I can't be. Just lock this in.
Why didn't I get a Toyota Corolla?
I told you there's nothing like it.
Oh, it's so roomy. Oh, there's like...
That's enough.
The 2015 Toyota Corolla. Get 0% APR for 36 months on a new 2015 Toyota Corolla. Toyota, let's go places.
One award doesn't make you the best. 3 awards, well, that's a different story. The Audi A3. Experience the award-winning Audi A3 at your local dealer today.
What if you could grab the sun and pass its energy on to others? At FPL, we grab the sun to produce clean solar energy for you. To learn how FPL's solar energy projects are helping create a better tomorrow for all of us, visit FPL.com.
Shopping for glasses can be very expensive. But at Stanton Optical, I get 2 pairs of eyeglasses for only $69, plus a free eye exam.
Free eye exam with purchase of 2 pair for $69. Call 800 Stanton for nearest location.
A chance discovery that any of us would love to make. Divers stumbling across a treasure trove of gold coins discovered off the coast of Israel and believed to be perhaps 1,000 years old. About 2,000 coins dating to the 11th century AD have been found and are believed to be from shipwreck. We're learning more about it now. The amateur divers came up with the coins which they first thought were children's toys. The value of the coins estimated at minimum to be around $240,000.
Time now for the Honda Sports Desk with ESPN 106.3 on WPTV News Channel 5.
Oh, man.
That would do.
That's an expensive child's toy. That's what that is.
That's right. That's a real goal.
Yeah, that's some nice scuba diving.
Yeah, for sure.
So got some good action going on with FAU, right?
Yeah. FAU baseball striking gold tonight, guys.
Yeah.
How about it? Huh?
Bravo. Home
A
run.
for effort,
Grand
baby.
slam.
A for effort. All right, FAU baseball loves a challenge. Just take a look at its non-conference schedule because every year the Owls battle some of the best teams in the country. Coach Mack and company hosting number 8 Miami tonight. And the home team, all about that base. First inning, it's a pickle. Trouble for the Owls. Or not so much. Brett Lashley looking like Benny the Jet Rodriguez stealing home. FAU taking the 1-0 lead. So Ricky Santiago still at the plate. And he's got friend requests pouring in after this one. The RBI single scoring Brendan Sanger. He's fired up. Owls trying to shut the door on Miami very early on. And FAU flashing that deep defense. Roman Collins laying out, chowing down. What a catch. And what a game for the Owls. They upset 8th-ranked Miami 5-3. Just up the road at Lynn University, the Fighting Knights taking on Palm Beach Atlantic. First half, Russell Wilson. No, not that Russell Wilson. Like a magnet, straight to the iron. He scores a career-high 21 points. Evan Graham keeping the sailfish in this thing. He led the way with 19 for PBA. And Benjamin Barry, kid likes to shoot the basketball from deep. How about it? Say cheese, please. He hits 5 triples in the game. Lynn is your winner, 92-80. This year's National Signing Day, a thing of the past. However, the recruiting process still alive for seniors looking to play football at the next level. At John I. Leonard High School, it's the 21st annual recruiting fair. More than 35 small colleges from around the country talking with local coaches and players about continuing their playing careers. So in 2 decades, nearly 300 student athletes have left this event with a scholarship.
The good thing is that with the colleges, they have all of the high schools at one location, so they don't have to travel and have the expense of going to each and every school. We basically come to them. So I think it helps out the smaller schools with a smaller budget, and then we can go ahead and showcase, the talent that we have at our individual locations.
And Boca Raton-based charity Stand Among Friends gearing up for its 5th annual Embrace. One guy who's ready to go, Lake Worth's Chris Holcomb, has been paralyzed from the chest down for more than 10 years. He continues to be a marathon machine, and on Sunday morning, he'll be one of thousands on FAU's campus embracing their differences and changing lives.
What I can say is that if you really, really want to succeed, you have to get out of your comfort zone. But once you experience success, there's no stopping.
Chris has 35 marathons under his belt. Wow. Dude's a machine. He's going to tear it up at Embrace on Sunday, I guarantee it.
The inspirational sports story of the night.
That's right, man.
That is great stuff. Thanks. Back in a moment.
Listen to ESPN 106.3 FM. Mike and Mike start your morning, and Evan Cohen on the ride home.
HD News on WPTV is sponsored by Arrigo.
It's huge. It's bigger than you can imagine. It's Ed Moore's Delray Toyota's Monumental Sales Event. Get monumental savings on a new 2015 Camry LE. $199 a month, 0 down. Or buy for $19,588. Visit DelrayToyota.com.
West Palm Beach is a city on the move. #1 in Florida for jobs, new financial and arts districts, improved public safety, all led by Mayor Jerry Moyo, who's held the line on taxes, improved city finances, and protected our water. And unlike her opponent, Mayor Moyo shows up for the city she loves.
We're on a roll here, and I'm not going to let anyone stop that. Not on my watch, not on your dime.
Mayor Jerry Moyo. She works for us.
Let's hide in the attic.
No, in the basement. Why can't we just get in the running car?
Are you crazy? Let's hide behind the chainsaws.
Smart. Yeah, okay.
If you're in a horror movie, you make poor decisions. That's what you do.
This was a good idea. Shh, I'm being quiet. Breathing on me.
If you want to save 15% or more on car insurance, you switch to Geico. It's what you do.
It's the biggest Tempur-Pedic event in Mattress Firm's history. It's our Tempur-Pedic Overstock event. We just took delivery of $5 million of Tempur-Pedic inventory and need to clear it out. That's millions of dollars of Tempur-Pedic mattresses ready for immediate delivery. Plus, get 0% APR financing. Only Mattress Firm guarantees you'll sleep happy on your new Tempur-Pedic mattress or your money back. So don't miss the Tempur-Pedic Overstock event at America's #1 Tempur-Pedic retailer, Mattress Firm.
Beach Kennel Club, where winners play. This Saturday, don't miss the $50,000 James Paul Derby. Enter to win up to $500 in the cash cube.
A villain is only as good as the technology at his fingertips. Just like in the movies, behind every cunning plan, there's a brilliant mind. If you need to get away at light speed, you can't beat an aluminium chassis. Oh, yes. There's method to our madness.
Visit your South Florida Jaguar retailer during the Mark Your Territory sales event.
Edmore's Delray Toyota will get you monumental savings on the Toyota you want during the monumental sales event. Get new 2015 Corollas, $169 a month, 0 down, or buy for $14,488. Visit DelrayToyota.com.
Cold weather is arriving. It will be in the 30s and low 40s overnight. Even colder tomorrow night where record lows are expected. And then a big warm up into the weekend, mid to high 70s. Looking good. If you like warmer weather, looks good for Saturday and Sunday. Of course, Lisa and Glenn will be back in the morning too.
But a full-on original snuggle alert coming
Absolutely.
up.
Not only tonight, but tomorrow night too.
That's right. Okay. Then after that, let go. You're going to be warming up. You're going to be good. You're good to go. Good night.
If you've been injured in an accident, the insurance companies will show you no mercy. Call Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath, 1-800-4RIGHTS.
It's time to play Who's Got It?
So what's your name? John Arrigo. Okay, John, let's play. 40 miles to the gallon, who's got it? Arrigo Fiat. Correct. Next question. New 2015 Fiat 500s from $189 a month. Sign and drive, who's got it? Arrigo Fiat. Correct again. Last question. Who's got 0% financing? You know who's got it. Arrigo Fiat's got it. Can I be the host now? No way, I'm not dressing like that.
Thank you for playing Who's Got It? And remember, the correct answer is Arrigo Fiat West Palm.